Hi guys, what's up? We here once again. Talk real and raw with Sho'Nuff, and I'm Sho'Nuff. Okay, so today we have two guests. They come to tag team us, y'all. They gonna double team tagging us. And it's going to be fun and very educational. So get your pad and paper or your pen and your pad or whatever it is. We're gonna take these notes because these boys coming to educate you. Okay. So look, I hope everybody had a good week and y'all are ready to learn something. You know, on Talk Real and Raw with Sho'Nuff, it's always something to be learned. It's always somebody on here educating you with any way they can. So today you will be educated in reality. Okay? So let me bring on our brothers. We have, wait a minute, let me get them together here. I got them backstage. I just got to figure out how I'm supposed to get them on here. Add to stage, add to
What's up,
stage.
Tori?
And we got the
What's up, T?
Abregu. What's up?
What's up, T?
What's happening?
What's up, y'all?
What's up, champ?
Chilling, baby. Chilling. You know me. How y'all been?
All is good, you know. Always working, family, you know, same old. I feel like a broken record, always grinding, you know, here at home, taking care of business.
I know that's right. Look, I saw y'all had a big family vacation. What, last week, week before last?
Yeah,
Yeah,
about 2 weeks ago now. Yeah, July 4th.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a great time.
That's
Get
what's
away
the ain't
from the
no.
grind, just spend some time and enjoy the fruits of our labor for real.
I know that's right. Amen to that. Ain't nobody get locked up and go to jail, right?
Nah,
that's right.
nah. Nobody that was with us. I'm sure a lot of people did during that week because it was July 4th week, but
Hey, okay, that's what's up. So, oh man, everybody, these are my stable brothers. We done boxed together. Hey, Calvin. Hey, hey, Wild Man. Look, can y'all see the comments?
I can't.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
can't either.
Well,
Yeah, I can't either.
I got you. When the comments come, they're gonna be asking questions. So when questions come, I got you. But
Cool,
Calvin
cool.
brought the one he used to bring his son to the gym in Herndon,
Okay. What's
and
up,
he said
Calvin?
he said, "What's up?"
Yeah. What's up, Calvin?
Look, Diego all smooth with it. So look, ain't it? Oh, shucks. Look, y'all went from the boxers to the doggone coaches, ain't it?
Yeah, it's the circles of life. I mean, it's definitely a different hat we're wearing, but it's a lot of fun. It allows us to still stay in the sport, doing what we love to do, from a different spectrum, of course. But it's true. I'm truly enjoying it. Same with Diego, I'm sure.
That's what's up. I'm so proud of y'all, man. That's so good. So now y'all got so much under y'all belt. Look, I'm gonna have to get E on here too to talk about his boxing career.
Yeah,
Y'all
definitely.
got boxing, the card school, realty. Now you coaching. What else y'all got under your belt?
Hey,
Just
we
enjoying
before it
that.
has. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just enjoying that and trying to excel in that and keep our values first and just enjoy the ride for real because
That's what I'm
like you
talking about.
said T, it's boxing, it's business. I feel like life just takes you so many different places and all those stages just kind of prepare you for those stages that come, and there's always going to be surprises, but just try to make the most of whatever we decide to put our focus on and energy into.
You know that's right. That's so true. And the
Yeah.
main thing, y'all daddies,
There you go. That's
man,
our number one important hat on, right?
number
Is
one.
being a husband,
Yeah.
being a father, right? That of course that always comes first.
Hey man, that's what's up. I'm so proud of y'all. Lord, y'all couldn't have told me when I first met y'all, y'all have been right. At this point.
Yeah, it's surreal, you know. Boxing truly is life. I use a lot of life lessons that boxing has taught
Yeah.
me. I apply it to everything I actually have a notepad in my phone. I have my notes where every time I have a boxing analogy that comes to my head, I write it down. Because I mean, it's
Wow.
really the lessons boxing has given us. I mean, it can really be applied to everything, absolutely everything.
And that's so true, especially life.
For
That's
sure,
so
absolutely.
true.
Especially in business too, right? I mean, in business as well.
Yeah,
Right, life, of course, and in business as well.
that's so true. Diego, why you so quiet?
Nah, I'm letting y'all talk. I'm not trying to interrupt y'all, but I mean, any questions you got for me, I'm happy to answer it for sure. So
How did boxing help you, like in life, right now?
I mean, I can take the lead on that if you want. So I mean, like Matt, like both of y'all just said, right? Boxing is life. It's a lot of similar attributes that apply. You have to be able to roll with the punches and learn from adversity. It's funny, when I got into real estate, the first thing that I wanted to do is simulate it to boxing. I was telling some of my mentors in the beginning, I said, hey, I understand how to become a successful boxer. Like, I have the blueprint, right? It's obviously training hard, running your miles, following a good diet, studying film, sparring a lot, listening to your coach, and fighting different styles. I knew what the work was to get the results that I wanted. When I got into real estate, it was the same thing. It was like, hey, I need to follow some sort of systematic plan. Like, what do I do to be successful? So I feel that boxing is so similar to life. It's like you get back what you put in, and it really helps you learn yourself. As you guys know, when you enter the ring, there's no hiding the truth. When you get in between that square circle, it's like you're gonna find out if you trained or not, if you have heart or not. And business will definitely do the same. Boxing does it a lot quicker, but business will definitely expose that. And you have to prepare when no one's looking, just like boxing. So I mean, boxing, I love boxing today. Like Matthew said, we're coaching now. Him obviously taking the lead with Eric, but just being around boxing is, I just love it as a fan, as a fighter. And I have so much respect for anyone who steps in the ring and risks their life, really, right? So
And that's true. Because it only takes one punch.
It takes a special kind of person to get in that ring.
And that's the truth. That's so true. Because
You
as we all know.
Yeah, you know that firsthand.
Oh, yeah. As we all know, one punch. Y'all make me feel left out. Y'all got all y'all little coffee cups. Look, I got my big water jug.
Yeah, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. You gotta have
let me see that coffee cup, dear. Let me see that coffee cup.
Yeah,
this is my coffee cup. What your coffee cup say?
Look at that.
This was a gift from a client. It says everything I touch turns to soul.
There you go.
It was a nice gift, but every time I'm working, I'm in that like flow state where I'm just trying to grind and I have a lot of work in front of me.
Yeah.
Take a little sip of that coffee and just we
go. Show y'all mine right quick here, very quickly. Where is it?
What yours say, Diego? Best day ever. Oh.
Matthew, so nobody gets confused. That was Matthew. That was my cup. Yeah, I got that for Father's Day from my girls. So sorry. Hey, I still cannot believe I have 3 daughters. I really can't.
I can't believe it either, bro. I can't. That is so crazy. At least Diego done threw a boy in there.
Yeah, at least the last.
We had to even the playing field for sure.
For sure.
Amen. Look, let me tell you, I got a coffee cup that says, Lord, what did it say? I'm blessed, but I still lay my hands. Yo, that's my favorite cup.
Yeah, see, I got a coffee cup for every mood, depending on what I'm doing, how I'm feeling. It's like, if I'm sipping out of a certain coffee cup, it's because I'm in that mood. I'm in that frequency right now.
I know that's right. Shoot.
Yeah.
All right, look, tell me about the driving school. How that's going, Maddie?
So it's going well. I've been at it now just about 7 years now. It's grown a ton. Yeah. Obviously, I'm trying to be a little less hands-on and trying to shift more of my focus to real estate, right? My wife, as you know, she's helped me a ton through grow the school, grow the program out here in Loudoun County. It's been a true blessing, and I actually met I built a lot of great relationships from the driving school. Actually, a lot of my prior students' families have turned into real estate clients. And just in general, right? I've built good friends through the driving school, through real estate, and I think that's what I enjoy most about business: the relationships I'm building, we've built,
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's I have a lot of fun with that. I enjoy being in business, right? I really do.
Amen. That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
good. Diego, did you put a hand in his driving school?
No, not really. Not really. I was never too involved in it, but always supporting my brother no matter what he does.
I
So
know that's right.
yeah.
Hi, King Jacob. King Jacob says, peace, Queen Tori Nelson. And hello, gentlemen, Matthew and Diego.
What's, how's it
What's up,
going? How's
Jacob?
it going? What's up, Jacob?
So look, we moving on because I need y'all to tell these people. Look, they need to get a house. Everybody think they got to
Yeah,
have trillions of money to
sure.
get a house, and they don't. But wait a minute, my PR on here, she said popping in to say hi. Hey y'all, have fun with my amazing client.
Appreciate you.
That's my PR, Desiree.
What's up,
What's up,
Desiree?
Desiree?
Thank you for popping in.
Yeah, ain't it? So look, let these people know they ain't got to have no millions of dollars to get no house. Tell them, look, you got to teach us like the dumbest. Teach us the dumbest style, all right? Because I know y'all got all these fancy words and all this
Sure.
fancy stuff. Now you got to take us step by step and let them know like the easiest way they can get a house with less money.
Hey,
Well,
Diego, I'll let you lead it off, Diego, and then I'll kind
sure,
of chime in and just give a
for
little
sure.
personal life experience. But I'll let you take it off.
For sure. So, well, the first thing, Matthew and I, we run the Abregu Real Estate Group here in Northern Virginia. We're based out of Northern Virginia, but we're also licensed in Maryland and West Virginia.
Oh,
So
good.
anybody watching who is about to learn how to buy a house and you want to buy a house, those are the areas we service and we would love to help you guys. But like you said, T, a lot of people have a misconception about buying a home and how much money you actually need. It's not as, you could say, difficult as some people make it out to be. I try to dumb it down to my clients to make them understand that it's a very simple process, right? So the very first step, if you're thinking about buying a home, understand the very first thing you have to do is talk to a mortgage lender, right? Someone like a bank, essentially, who does mortgage loans. Essentially, every bank does, but there's specific loans there's specific lenders who specialize with mortgages.
Okay.
They're going to look at three basic things. They're going to look at your income. They're going to look at your credit. They're going to look at your debt. And let me make that four things. They're also going to look at your employment status. So based on all of that, they'll be able to let you know how much you are qualified to buy. Like what's your purchasing power, right? Because you don't want to look at homes online and not exactly know what's within your budget and what's your monthly payment going to be. In regards of how much cash you actually need, if you're a first-time home buyer without any down payment assistance, without any grants, if you're a first-time home buyer, you qualify for something called a conventional loan, or anyone does, but with a first-time home buyer, the minimum down payment is 3% of the sales price, right? So if a house is $400,000, you need $12,000. If a house is
Y'all better listen. Shoot,
$500,000,
y'all, they educating y'all. Y'all better listen.
yeah,
3%.
no, so it's like yeah, I guess to just kind of back up and repeat that, right? It's like if you're budgeting for a house, you need to budget for your down payment and closing costs. But again, 3% of the sales price for your down payment. 400, that's 12K, 500, that's 15K, etc. 600,000, that's 18,000. You can do the math. Another out-of-pocket expense you're going to want to budget for, and I tell all my clients to budget for it, even if you can get it covered, is something called closing cost. It's an expense when you buy a house. It's essentially lender fees, title fees, and other miscellaneous fees. All in all, it's not one fee. It's a bunch of different fees, but we call it closing costs to simplify it, right?
Yeah.
That's going to equate to about 3% as well. So you have 3% for the down payment, 3% for the closing cost. So if you want to buy a house, it's your first house. If you have 6% of the type of house you want to buy, you have enough cash, right? So again, using the $500,000 example, that's 15K for the down payment, 15K for closing costs. You need $30,000 total of that $500,000 house, and you have all the cash that you need, right? That's without any down payment assistance. there are down payment assistance options and grants and stuff like that that certain buyers can qualify for. There's no need to get into the specifics of that because depending where you buy, what county you buy, they all have different requirements. There's usually income requirements you can't surpass. Like you can't make $500,000 a year, right? And hey, I want down payment assistance. The county's going to say, dude, you make too much money and we're not going to give you any money. But that's a conversation you have with your lender. But there are programs out there for first-time home buyers that can cover up to 100% of your down payment. Closing costs can be negotiated as well through the seller. So we've had clients buy homes literally with as little as $2,500 out of pocket. Is it common? Not necessarily, but it is common for our clients to buy homes with 3% down and have grants and things of that nature.
Yeah, and actually, I had a client who actually purchased a home and got a check as settlement because we were able to get they qualified, as Diego mentioned. There are certain income requirements, but they were under this income limit and they qualified for a certain product and they got help with the down payment. So they got a check for the down payment. We were able to get our closing costs fully covered and they essentially got a check back at closing. Again, doesn't always happen, but there are methods, ways where you can strategically go into a deal or a purchase of a home and save some money, right?
Well, amen. Hey, look, hold on. So we got questions.
Sure.
One, Jacob says, since you're in real estate, what's the best way to get into remodeling and rehabbing homes?
The best way to get into remodeling and rehabbing homes? Were you going to say something, Matthew? I'm happy to answer it.
Yeah, no. I was just going to say, finding a deal, right? If you're looking to try to, if Jacob, maybe you can elaborate a little bit more. Are you talking about fixing and flipping? If you're talking about fixing and flipping, it really comes down to finding a property that is well under market value, right? That you're essentially buying it at a discounted price and you're able to essentially repair the property, add value to the property, and sell it for a profit. To keep it simple, right? I'm not going to get into the weeds of it all, but I think that's what it really comes down to. There's plenty of ways where you can find off market properties. It's not necessarily easy, right? Or else everybody be out there finding these off-market properties, but there's ways for sure.
Yeah, I agree with Matthew. I think Jacob, if you could elaborate on his question, like how do you get into remodeling, rehabbing? I mean, does he mean like a business? That's a different question. But like Matthew said, he answered everything in regards of buying a home and fixing and flipping it. So
okay, all right, King Jacob. Irvin says, I would like to get into real estate. Do you all mentor in that area?
Yeah, it would depend, right? It's all case by case. It's all case by case. We talk to different people who are kind of looking for that. Some people are serious, some aren't. So definitely tell them to connect with us after, the show, and we can see, how we can help them for sure. So
and our inbox is always open. If they have simple questions, we'll be happy to answer. At the same time, we're nice. I like to think we're nice guys. And if you slide in our inbox and you have a question, we'll be happy to answer that.
So like at the end, I always get my guests to put their information in it because they get so many leads,
Yeah.
So you're gonna put y'all information in at the end. Y'all gonna give the information, they're gonna write it down or do whatever. And sometime it get plugged into here. Oh, he said, cool. He said he'll definitely reach out.
I guess to educate. Go ahead, Matthew.
I was just going to share, just since we're here and we're talking about, it seems like interest is getting into real estate with little down, right? Just to speak on my personal experience, I actually bought my first property when I was actually still working at a restaurant. I wasn't making an abundance of money. Essentially, I took care of my credit. So if your credit needs work, I definitely would suggest focus on that. Take care of that. That's important. So you get the best interest rate, of course. But I took care of my credit. I was able to get, again, I qualified for a product where I got paid down payment assistance, and essentially to lower my monthly payment, I house hacked. I'm sure that's a popular word many folks have heard, and essentially that means I rented the rooms out, right? And it allowed me to essentially save money, right? That's at the end of the day, if you're in a position where you don't have a family, you don't have kids, right? Maybe just yourself, I would definitely highly suggest house hack. Get your foot in the door. And if you're able to rent a room or two and keep your expenses low and save, right?
Yeah.
And live below your means and be conservative with your spending, right? I think that's a big problem that a lot of us have is we have spending problems, right? I'm not saying you guys or myself, but I'm just saying America in general, we have a spending problem. And if we can just conserve our cash, right? We work hard for our dollars, be smart, keep our expenses low, not trying to keep up with the Benjamins. And
Yeah.
I actually just sold that property. I bought it 8 years ago, and I had it for a rental for the last couple of years, and I decided
Oh,
to sell
good.
it this year. So, but
Oh,
again,
good
I
job.
bought it just taking care of my credit, uh, and yeah, I put myself in a position, and I was able to get into a property with very little down.
So credit is a big thing for them, right?
Yeah,
I'll
you want to
answer
go
that.
ahead?
Yeah, so I was just gonna back up, and this leads to my questions. That's why I want to take it, if that's cool. So
Okay.
Go for it.
backing up with the simplicity of like, what do I need to buy a house? That's a common question we get all the time. People are like, hey, I want to buy a house. Like people who don't know anything, like, what do I do? Going back to income, credit, debt, and employment status, that's what they're going to look at. If you have a stable job, at least 2 years working a job without any major gaps, you have an income to qualify for, right? If you have a credit score technically above 580, though I tell my clients to at least get their credit 640, because the higher the credit, the better interest rate and better loan terms you're going to get. It's more favorable than trying to just go ahead and apply with 580. So if you have a 640 and up credit score, you have an income that
Wait,
you,
I'm sorry. I mean, to
no, you're
back up,
good.
say that again, because they really feel like I've heard people say, I
Sure,
got to have a 700 or 800 to get.
sure.
Back up and say that again so they can get it.
Sure. So if you have a stable job, 2 years of working history, you have a credit score technically above 580, but I recommend my clients to at least have a 640 before you apply to have better loan terms.
Yeah.
You can buy a home, right? You're going to qualify for a home. People are like, how do I qualify for a home? You're going to qualify. It's just the question is, how much are you going to qualify for, right? Debts do play a role. So there is a possibility if you have, just speaking hypothetically, $25,000 in credit card debt or just major revolving debts, it will hurt you. You may not qualify. But if you have income coming in, you have a credit score above 640, and you have a stable job, you're going to qualify for it. It just depends how much you qualify for. Obviously, that's dependent on how much income you make, how much debts you have, and that's essentially all it depends on for the most part.
Yeah. Wow.
So
That's what's up.
something that can be useful if you are self-employed, something to keep in consideration is that they're looking at what you made after your tax deductions, right?
Yeah.
I know we have a lot of self-employed individuals that are making well over 100,000 a year, but after all their deductions, they're only reporting 40 grand to the bank. You're only making 40 grand, right? Something to note.
Yeah.
True.
It is more difficult if you're self-employed, like you are able to get qualified. With self-employed is different. You have to be self-employed for at least 2 years to use that income, right? So if you have a W-2 job and you've been working W-2 for say 5 years, and you quit that W-2 and you start a business and you make good money for that business, but it's only been a year, you're not going to qualify. You need 2 years of self-employed income. They'll take those 2 years, they'll take the average of those 2 years, and that's the income you're going to be able to use. And like Matthew said, it's after your tax deductions, is what you actually claim for your income. If you have a business or you're self-employed and you've been in business for more than 5 years, they won't average out the 2 years. They'll only use the last tax return year to
So if you've been in business for 5 years, and if you're thinking of buying this upcoming year, right, make sure you're filing enough, right? So you qualify for what you want.
And not to confuse people too much, but if you are W-2 and you get taxes taken out of your paycheck, understand you will be qualified with your pre-tax income. So if you make, just speaking hypothetically, $10,000 a month after taxes and all your 401k deductions and stuff like that, your paychecks equate to $7,000 a month, you're going to be able to use the whole $10,000.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it's not like they go off the post-tax income. They use your pre-tax
Dude,
income.
I should have been called John and found that out before I looked like oh man. I didn't even know that. Too late now, but shoot. It ain't no too late. So when I buy the next,
Yeah,
then
Exactly.
there you
So
go. That's it, T. That's it.
But I'm going down. Hey, I got to buy down south. I'm tired of paying these taxes here, bro.
Hey,
It's,
come
yeah,
out to come out
location
to
changes
West Virginia.
everything.
Yeah, West Virginia,
That's
where
true.
30.
West Virginia with
Hey, no,
Matthew.
seriously.
You know what, though?
It's black and white.
Let me
Sorry,
tell you.
go ahead.
I found out in North Carolina, if you raise chickens, you ain't got to pay taxes.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Ain't that? Y'all better read up on it.
Do
You
you,
know,
do you want chickens though? Is the question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give me some chicken.
Just for the tax purposes. I feel
Just
bad
for
for the chicken, man. I feel bad for the chicken.
Yeah,
They gonna
but hey,
feed us.
sorry.
Y'all gonna come out, they be like this.
They be like, T, you gonna feed us, T.
Hey,
Y'all
sorry, though.
for
I'm
chicken.
telling you though. I'm telling you, out here in West, you got some cities in West Virginia, like Ransom, West Virginia. It's only 30 minutes from Western Loudoun County, right? Property taxes are cheap. The cost of living is cheap. We're seeing a lot of folks migrate to those areas, right? Because
Yeah.
well, it's inexpensive out here in Loudoun County. You're seeing a lot of people get pushed out, and hey, people want your money goes a little further out there. So hey, if
Yeah, I know a lot of people buying out in West Virginia and coming here to Ashburn or going to the city to work.
for sure, yeah. It's not too bad. I mean, it's not too bad. The drive out there is not too bad. I mean, you got Ranson that's 30 minutes from Western Loudoun. You got Charlestown. You got Martinsburg. It's a little further out, but I mean, there's definitely options if you're looking to still stay within Loudoun County range.
Yeah.
You're definitely right though, Tori. I mean, the cost of living has clearly gone up in Loudoun, Fairfax, and like the Beltway area. The closer you get to the Beltway, the more expensive it is. So it's very common for us to see clients who are even buying like in Frederick County, like Winchester, and even Warren County, like near Front Royal and things like that, and making the commute. And also, a lot of people work remote now, right? So they're willing to live a little further out, where their money goes a little further out,
Yeah.
and still being able to make the income they do if they work remote. So location has definitely been spread out by a lot of people who maybe grew up in Loudoun and stuff.
So question.
Yeah.
When do you know to buy? When would they know? Like, some people say, oh, this the time to buy. And some people be like, no, wait, this is not the time to buy.
So,
Go ahead.
I'll chime in, D, then you go ahead and
Sure.
take this up. I think every decision, it's a personal decision, right? I don't, and I'm pretty sure Dale feels the same way. We don't necessarily believe in timing the market, right? You do what's best for you. Trying to time the market.
I'm sorry. But aren't sometimes it's higher than others?
What do you mean by higher? The
I guess the prices of the houses or the rate of the houses or whatever is higher than.
Yeah, interest rates, they go up, they go down. As if recently they have gone up, right? Because they're the Fed, we keep things simple, trying to fight inflation. So interest rates have been higher. And yes, no one likes higher interest rates, but to cool down the economy is what has to happen. I mean, rates were, Dale can go ahead and talk about some of the experiences when rates trickled down to 2-3%. It was the wild, wild west, right? There was bidding wars. It was hard to get into a home. So I think a healthy market right now where we're at 5%, 6% it's okay, right? There was a time where 5% was the norm, right? So we just got used to those 2-3% interest rates. So I know
we're at 6.5, 7 right now, right? Just to be clear.
6.5, 7. Yeah, we're at 6.5, 7, right? But we got so used to those, 2, 3, 4% interest rates.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't believe in time.
We like those rates.
Yeah. I don't think we'll ever see those again. Maybe we will, like in 15 years from now, maybe 20 years from now, if something were to happen that's not in the foreseeable future that no one can really predict. It would have to be something out of left field, if that makes sense. Just something.
Well, that left field, hurry up and come, because I want to buy in North Carolina.
I hope not. Honestly, it would be crazy. But I think, like, just going off what Matthew said, he's right. You don't want to get into that game with timing the market. I feel the best time to buy is when you're ready, right? It's like, all right, so you meet those things. You have a job, you have income, you're a responsible individual where you feel you can make your monthly payment every single time. Then I say you buy as soon as you can, because that's the best thing you can do for your investment future. Buying a house can be very emotional, but taking emotions out of it, it's a great investment. It's a great personal investment for the regular American, because you make your monthly housing expense, which all of us need a place to live, you make it work for you, and you make it you make it a long-term investment, right? Every single month that you're paying, you're essentially paying yourself in a forced savings account. It's compounding with appreciation at just 5% year over year historically, right? Lately, we've seen much higher than that. But that's the answer to your question. It's when you're personally responsible and ready, I would speak with the lender as soon as possible, right? If you're paying now these days, 25, 3,000 plus in rent,
Yeah.
and you have no problem doing that, you should definitely consider buying a home or at least talking to somebody about it. Because if not, what's your goal, right? I have a lot of people who tell us we're gonna wait for the market to cool down. They've been telling me that since 2016, 2017.
They still waiting.
So it's like, what? And that's a real question. It's not even being like
I
smart.
know.
What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for prices to come down? If so, how much are you waiting for them to come down? 5%? Like, what is that? Put a concrete goal to it, right? It's like, are you waiting for interest rates to come down? How much do they need to come down? Understand the market is going to get more aggressive. Prices are going to go up. So is it really worth it? Are you waiting to save more money? And oftentimes there is right reasons to wait, right? Okay, I need to save more money to have an emergency fund. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe it isn't the best time to buy right now. Or I have a lot of expenses and a lot of credit card debt. I want to pay that off. Once I'm debt free, I want to focus on buying a house. That's a legitimate reason. But if you have no debt or even minimal debt, you have a solid income and a solid job, you have minimal debts, like I said, your credit score is healthy, and you're renting and you're paying a good amount of monthly rent, the question is, why aren't you buying, right? What's the reason that's stopping you? And most of those people, it makes more sense to buy sooner than later. Because if you're trying to time it, it's impossible to try to time the market. Most people end up paying more money if they try to, use a crystal ball, if that makes sense.
Yeah, true.
And something to keep in mind, right? What you're paying monthly in rent is money you will never see back again, right? That's 100% interest on. It's cliche, but it's the truth. That's 100% interest on your rent. You'll never see that back.
We have a lot of clients who owned a home for 2, 3 years, 4 years, and they're making 6-figure returns from selling their homes, right? Like that's a lump sum of money most people can't acquire in a short period of time. I'm not saying everyone's going to do that, but even 5, 7 years, that time is going to pass. We all know it. It's going to pass regardless. You could love your community, you love to rent, and that specific, place you're living at. But like Matthew said, those 5, 6 years are up. That's it. You get a thanks from your landlord and like go find the next home, or hey, I'm selling my house. I need you to get out. You get nothing back. Maybe you'll get your security deposit back. That's it, right?
Yeah.
And even putting the investment side of put the investment aspect of all that aside. I mean, there's if you have a family, right? If you have kids, there's a beautiful thing to building memories in the home, right? I mean that's exactly. I enjoy my deck. I enjoy having my kids out there while I'm grilling, right? There's motivation in your work. You take pride in your home. So I mean that there's true emotion behind owning a home. There's true empowerment in that, if you will, that comes with that. It's all beautiful as well, right? Yeah. Of course, the benefits that you get from investing is awesome, but also if you have a family and you're in a position to buy, it's definitely something to be
stability. It gives you a lot of stability, right? Because
and
it's like one of the most stressful times in people's lives. And why do you want to be moving every 12 months? Right. I get landlord's mercy versus having a home, having that stability where, hey, I can raise my family here. I know where I'm going to go to school. There's going to be no surprises unless you personally want to sell your house or even move out of your house and go rent another house. Right. A lot of people feel like that's not an option. People feel like, well, I'm not ready to buy a house because I don't know if I want to live here for the rest of my life. I'm like, I don't know if I want to live here for the rest of my life. I do think I want to live here for the rest of my life, by the way. But that's my point. It's like you can buy a home, you can be there. And if you're not happy there, you can sell it. Hopefully the market conditions are in your favor and you can sell it and make a profit. If you can't sell it, hopefully you had a good agent who explained the rental value of that place you bought, and you can hopefully rent your home out. And just say you don't make any money off your home, you just break even, and your mortgage is $3,000, and you can rent it out for $3,000. At the very least, you can rent out your home, go buy another home, or go rent another home if you don't like that community or wherever the case is, or you just want to move areas. And now you have a very powerful investment that's paying for itself. right? People don't think about that. Like, oh, I need to cash flow. I need to make some money. I need to get rich off real estate. Like the fact that you have a $500,000 property, you can control that, and someone else is paying that investment for you every single month. That's extremely powerful, right? Just to give you simple statistics, there's a reason homeowners have a 44 times, like 44x net worth compared to renters. It's just the easy way to build wealth over time. It's the easiest proven way. That's why I just feel like every person who has aspirations of having a decent financial life should own their home that they live in, right? Not everyone has to be a real estate investor and everyone's cut out for it. But if it's possible, I definitely feel most families will benefit from owning real estate 100%. If not, I wouldn't be selling it.
Exactly, right? You know, go ahead, Maddie.
No, I was just gonna say, and we're homeowners, right? So we're not just selling it. We believe in the product. We own our homes, so we're not just preaching this stuff. We really believe this. Right?
Yeah, you see all these holes in the wall, all these holes in the wall, this kid stuff. I don't have to worry about a landlord telling me, "Hey, you can't do that. You got to patch it up. You got to change that color."
Ain't it right?
These walls, if I want to.
I'm not gonna be showing my room right now. It's a little messy, but
mine's messy too. But you know what? Hey, we here.
This real and raw. Shoot, what goes on? Look, y'all keep looking down. I'm making sure Apollo don't knock this thing down because he like, get off and let's go. He ready to knock the doggone camera down. So this real and raw. Whatever goes.
Yeah.
But them Diego, those whole are memories. So you just let the kids.
Yeah, no. Let me be clear. I don't have holes in the wall. I'm talking about the stuff I'm hanging on the wall. I'm not talking about like my kids ain't making holes in the wall.
I saw a big hole, but it's stuff.
I'm their landlord. I tell them, hey, you make a hole in the wall, you better pop that thing up. My kids are 5 and 1 for perspective, so they're gonna have to figure it out.
Look, Maddie, we saw that hole, didn't we?
No.
I ain't gonna throw you under the bus. Yeah, I didn't see no hole.
I don't have a hole.
That's a brother love. A brother hang with his brother. Oh
right,
man,
it is messy. You're right. It is a little messy though.
It's not too messy. It's just you got the kid stuff.
Oh no,
man, but you got kids, bro. But you got kids.
Absolutely.
Let me see yours, Matthew.
Let's see your story.
I told Diego beforehand. I had my position perfect. We're good.
Let me tell you.
My kids are big. You know, my oldest is 6. Oh, we're turning 6 this week. I got a 4-year-old, so they'll come in here barging. I got the door locked. That's why I press them. I say, hey, you guys gotta give daddy some time.
Look, let me tell you, I keep this office clean because y'all know I ain't technology savvy at all. So the only thing is, if I push a button and just show them his whole office, it's cool because it's clean. You won't see nothing. Okay. Look, Simone just came in and said, Mom, we need to decorate something. You got to do something. I do. I got my picture.
Behind you. You got to get the belts behind you. You got too many belts.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get something to put the belts behind me, and it's going to give me dope. We're going to take care of it. I tell her we'll go shopping the weekend and get something.
Yeah, I got one picture that I've been meaning to hang. Let me go get it. It's right here. Hold on.
What's your picture? What are you about to come with, Diego?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious.
No boxing picture. I'm gonna hang this little one right here.
Okay, that was a special.
Yes, that's fire.
Eric gave it to me, but I haven't had a chance to hang it yet. But
you gotta get that blown up.
Yeah.
That's fun. Man, I am so proud. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we talking. I got a whole lot of, okay, wait a minute. Hi, Donna. She said, what are your thoughts on purchasing in a 55 plus active adult community? I'm coming, Jasmine. Hold on. Let them answer this.
We'll answer them quick. You probably got a few questions there. Yeah. It's definitely something to consider, right? You have to be over 55 plus. I think you can buy a home for your parent as well. So that's something to consider for someone who wants to invest. Those communities, for people who don't know, they're made for people who are 55 and over. A lot of them have different amenities. They're also typically less expensive than that same type of home if it weren't 55 plus. So it's definitely something that if they're interested in buying and they're over 55 and they're okay living with in a community with other seniors per se, then sure, why not? I would recommend to tour that community and go through the amenities, because some 55 plus, the demographics would be, you know, around 55 to 65, the younger, and you have other communities where almost majority are like 70, 80, 85. If you're 55, 56, you don't really want to be around a bunch of 85, 90-year-olds on crutches and stuff, and just seriously, you know what I mean? So it's something to get familiar with that specific community, but there's definitely a lot of pros and incentives of living there and taking advantage of that. And there's a bunch popping up in Loudoun. So if they're interested in Loudoun, definitely let us know.
Okay, so you tell them to go for it. Just check out the scenery first.
Yeah, basically. That's everywhere you go, but specifically with 55 plus, I've had a lot of like just barely over 55, and they walk around, they're like, I don't know if I'm feeling this.
Yeah.
Community, and they realize, okay, this is definitely more my vibe. And what
because 55 ain't that old, really. Like when we was old, we thought 55 was old. But then you get in a community, you still can drop it like it's hot. And them 85 years old, they like, oh no, sonny boy, you better sit down.
No, you're right. I say it all the time. 50 is the new 30.
That's it. 50 is the new 30. I mean, it's true, right? We're living longer. We're more health conscious. We have better access to medicine, resources. So yeah, 50 is definitely the new 30.
30
I'm 31, so maybe I'm saying that now to put, you know, maybe that's why I'm saying that. But
yeah, there's like 30s and you 21 now. And when you're 21, you're basically 16. You're still a kid. You got a lot.
And that's true. That's so true. No. Okay, Jasmine says, I'm actually studying real estate and insurance right now. Okay. Jasmine, let's go then. Text us and let us know what you done learned, girl.
Yeah, those are.
That's what's up.
Insurance is definitely a great business. Actually, I just got some life insurance. You know, so Chris Gooch, he's a life insurance agent. I got myself some life insurance actually not too long ago.
Say you lying?
Yeah, he is doing. Yeah.
All y'all know gooders doing something, huh?
Yeah. When I called him, I said, "Hey, Gooch,
don't lie to the people."
He's been doing it for some years now. So I called. I told him, "Hey, I mean it. I'm gonna call you in a few years to get it." I call him, and he, you know, he's still in the business. I say, hey, it's time, you know. And I'm young, right? So right now, I tell everyone to get good old term life insurance policy. It's cheap, right? I'm paying $27 a month, and I see good, and I know my family's good, right? So
exactly, man. Let me tell you, I went to my mom's funeral, right? And I mean, I think I had just got life insurance. If I had got it, it was in between that time. When I went to my mom's funeral, I was like, okay, you know, and when we got there, we was like, well, how much we got to pay, you know, what we got to buy, da, da, da. They was like, you don't have to do nothing. All y'all got to do is show up. Your mother had everything ready. She paid everything in full.
Wow.
Her funeral, her casket, everything. She had everything wrote down of who was going to sing, who spoke, who. I was like, what?
And that's the thing, right? You want to be able to mourn and just
exactly
time to be with family and not be stressed about how we're going to fund a funeral.
Exactly.
Right? Doing a GoFundMe account. So I'm happy I got a term life and I sleep good at night. And it's again $27 a month, right? I'm with Ethan.
What? Who you telling, right? Yes.
I spend more. I spend, you know, going to Chipotle and getting extra meat on my Chipotle and getting myself a drink. That's it. Yeah. Some guac and it's it. That's, you know, $30 right there.
And that's true though. That is so true. I'm thankful that I got it. I am. And I know, you know, my kids can be good.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes. Okay, Jasmine.
Good job, Jazz. Good for you, Jazz.
Yeah, good job. Thanks, Jasmine. Okay, I'm sorry. Your last. Oh, you know, oh, it's okay. Shoot, my mom in a better place. Shoot, she doing better than me right now, Donald. Hey, I celebrate her. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Sure.
But that's what's up. All right, so we brought winding on down. So, Matthew, what would you tell the people, like, if they was coming to you and say, hey, like, pinpoint what you would tell them? I want to buy a house. I don't have nothing. I got good credit.
So if you don't have absolutely nothing, I would definitely say to try to first save, right? You don't want to buy a house without having a cushion, if you will. You need some sort of emergency fund. So I'm definitely going to tell you, hey, good job on getting your credit right. Let's work on saving for that down payment. Are there, like Diego mentioned, there are programs that can help you with the down payment. There's ways we can even help with closing costs, right? Negotiate closing costs, or you go with new construction. Sometimes they'll offer to pay all of closing costs. But I would definitely say first save that 3.5%, because what that does, if you're able to save that 3.5%, you learn how to be disciplined, how to manage your money, and there's true growth in that. And if you cannot save 3.5%, right, maybe you're not at that point in your life where you are ready to get into a home, right? So you at least want to be able to save that 3.5%. Doesn't mean you have to use it all, right? Doesn't mean you have to use it all, but I think it is important to have a cushion going into buying a home, some kind of emergency fund for sure. That's what I would say. I would definitely advise. Now, once you get all your ducks in a row, obviously talk to a lender, work on getting that pre-approval. We're not going to go into the weeds of that yet. Diego explained that in detail. If you missed it, go back, rewind. Diego explained that very well.
Exactly. Diego had me ready to buy a house out here again. All right, Diego.
Yeah, what's up?
Now, let's say a person came to you and said, I got $1 million, but I don't have no credit.
Okay.
You don't need no credit.
You don't need no credit. I mean, how big of a house do you want to buy? 500,000. We can buy cash. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
But seriously, though, if somebody's heavy on cash and has low credit, it's asking those questions, right? It's figuring out what kind of house they want, where they want, what's their budget. If they're open to buying a house cash, there are low credit programs. It's usually not beneficial, or not beneficial. It's usually the loan terms just usually aren't great to simplify it, right?
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, if depends what kind of house you're looking for. They have enough cash to buy a house cash. I mean, enough cash to buy a house cash.
So is that frowned upon to buy a house with cash?
No, I mean, I guess it depends who you ask, right? Some people,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a personal finance decision, right? And personal finance is called personal for a reason, because it's depending on your own long-term goals and your own financial goals. Some people like that peace of mind of not having a mortgage and being able to save, and other people like the fact that you can leverage real estate. I speak for myself. I know Matthew agrees with me to an extent that one of the most powerful things in real estate is leverage, right? So if you can buy a house with 3%, 5% down, then you can control a larger asset, like a $500,000 asset with way less money, and that 5% appreciation goes a lot further than investing that 5% in the stock market, right? Because just to keep numbers simple, like 5% appreciation of a $500,000 house, you just gain $25,000 extra in equity. If you have $10,000 you invest in the stock market and that appreciates 5%, I can't do the math, but what's that? It's not much. So I got my calculator here. It makes me want to do it. But
look, y'all, that's a little calculator.
So that's $750, right? To give you a real life example, if you buy a $500,000 house with 3% down, that's $15,000. $15,000. That appreciates 5%. You just gain $25,000 in equity. If you have $15,000 and you invest it into the stock market and that appreciates 5%, that $15,000 just gained you $750, right? So the power of real estate is leverage. The fact that you can control something that's way more expensive with minimal money down. But there's plenty of people who buy homes with cash, especially in this area. It's very common because people have a lot of cash. And some people buy homes with cash. I was just going to say, you can buy a house with cash and tap into that equity later, right? You can get a loan on your house if it's paid off and get that cash back. So there's a lot of creative things you can do with real estate. It's not like, hey, I bought a house cash, I'll never get that cash back unless I sell it. You can refinance, do a cash out refinance, get a portion of that cash back, leave some in the home, have a mortgage on the home, and have a bunch of cash you can use to do whatever it is you want to do.
Okay.
You can get a home equity line of credit.
There's no right or wrong. My bad. This last thing. There's no right or wrong to that. You can buy out cash or not cash. It depends on your personal goals.
Yeah. All I was gonna say, you can get a home equity line of credit. You can tap into your equity of your home. It's not always just selling the home. And what Diego said is getting into a property with 3.5%, 5% down is powerful. The old school approach, right? Maybe some of your followers have heard of Dave Ramsey, and he believes in putting 20% down for a home. But the problem with that is by the time you save that 20%, right, prices may run up, and now you need more essentially to buy that home. 20% is not enough.
So true.
True. Oh, that's very true. That's good for them to know that.
And one last point that I'll say, or not last point, but one point that I'll say regarding the first time buyer, right? Some people maybe bought a home 10 years ago or something like that, and they sold it like, hey, I'm not a first time buyer. How much money do I need? I'm not a first time buyer. To be a first time buyer, it's weird, but you could have owned real estate before. The rule is you cannot have owned real estate in the last 3 years. So if you haven't owned a home in 3 years, you're a first time home buyer and you'll qualify for first time home buyer programs. Now, if you have owned a home, say you owned a home 2 years ago, so you don't qualify as a first-time home buyer, the minimum down payment is still 5% if you do a conventional loan. Conventional, just think higher credit. My credit's over 700. It's probably better for you to use a conventional loan. An FHA loan, which is a government-backed loan, it's not a first-time home buyer loan, which a lot of people confuse that with. An FHA loan is just a government-backed loan. The minimum down payment for that is 3.5%. And even if you owned a home 2 years ago, you can still buy a home with 3.5% using an FHA loan, as long as you don't have another FHA loan out there currently. So you don't need 20%. A lot of people are stuck on like 20%. The only reason that became popular is because when you buy a house with 20% down, you don't have something called PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Essentially, it's a little more expensive, but it's still, I agree with Matthew, it's better to buy as soon as you can with less money down, 5%. And we have clients who have 20% to put down. They'll still buy with 5% because they understand leverage and they rather money to invest elsewhere or just have that emergency fund.
Yeah.
And again, we're not saying only invest in real estate or none of that, right? We just think it definitely should be a part of your portfolio. I think you should still invest in the stock market, mutual funds, all that good stuff. You should have a life insurance policy. I think it's important to be diverse, and real estate should be a part of your portfolio for sure.
That's what's up. Okay. Hello, Otis. Okay, I see y'all educating. That's what's up. I'm so proud of y'all, man. I'm so proud of y'all. When the next fight?
So we are that hopefully by fall time. We're still working out certain details. Okay. Eric's staying ready. He's in shape. He ran 5 miles yesterday. I spoke with him earlier today. He ran 5 miles yesterday. He's getting back to the groove of sparring. Actually, this past week was his first week sparring. When he doesn't have a fight coming up, we don't spar too very often. There's no need. We want to conserve him, right? I think I do strongly believe that sparring too much, you'll leave a lot in the gym. It's punishment essentially, right? Depending on the kind of sparring that you're having. Hey T, right? We've had some gym wars. We had some gym where lost some brain cells in there, right?
I'm joking, especially y'all two fighting each other.
Yeah, but with all that being said, hopefully around fall time he's back in action, and we can get one more before the year, and hope maybe two, but definitely one more for sure.
Yeah, tell him I'm gonna get him on here soon.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure he'll be happy to be on here.
Ain't it? Yo, I big ups to y'all. I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for educating the people, educating me. Because some of the stuff I ain't know. So now when I go to North Carolina and get my chickens, put it in my yard, I'm going to let them know, my Abregu brothers done taught me. Y'all ain't going to get me.
Make sure whatever home you get is zoned for chickens now, okay? Make sure it's zoned for chickens.
You better believe it. I'm going to send y'all a picture too.
That's going to be at the top of your list, like must be able to house chickens.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all think I'm playing, y'all watch. I'm going to get some jokes and everything.
I believe you. I actually don't think you're playing. I believe you.
I am. What? I get free eggs. Yeah. I'm black, so I'm going to eat the chicken anyway. Shoot.
Chicken babies, Jesus.
That is funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Can't believe you, T.
Yeah, that's why they done gave me the show because they know I'm gonna say what I want. It's real and raw.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's why we on here. We don't know. We didn't know where this show was gonna
Yeah,
go, so we were ready for
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I knew y'all was like, oh Lord, what's he about to say? No, we have fun. You know, I got this show because I wanted to educate the people on different things, you know. So everybody that I've had on here, oh man, I had Riri on here. Now, when I tell you Riri is real and raw, but the only way she could tell her story is the way Riri talk. Y'all know how Riri mouth is.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah,
But I had to let her. But I mean, hey, you do what you do because it's really raw. She got her point across. She told her story. It helped and it touched so many people because other people have been in her shoes. You know what I'm saying? And for her to come out of it and be where she at now, man, some people thought they couldn't come out of it, that it would always be in them, you know. So really helped them. Like, and I've had a lot of others. Everybody on here has taught us something.
Yeah.
that's awesome too. That's a good thing you're doing for the community for sure.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you having us on here as well, T. Seriously, we do appreciate
Oh yeah, because I have y'all again. We about God willing. Look, my producers, I don't know if I can say this or not. Icon, Jacob, I'm about to put it out there. Maybe I'm gonna say maybe we're about to go to TV soon.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we're gonna see. We're out there already, but we're gonna see. Wherever the Lord lead me, I'm following.
you know we support you wherever you go, T. So if you ask us to get on again, we'll be more than happy to get on here and talk real estate, talk boxing, talk life, talk fatherhood, whatever it is. So
Oh yeah. Next time.
before I get off on here, T, I do want to let you know that you know, since I have my kids, I would say Diego as well. We've been getting closer to God, trying to just continue to, you know, I've been going to church a little bit more. You know, I miss Sundays here and there, but I've been going to, believe it or not, yeah. So, you know,
Hey,
I just
won't he do
share that
it?
with you.
Yeah.
It feels really good. It actually
Glory
happened
to
because I
God.
would talk to my oldest about, you know, God, and I would always, I try to, try
Yeah.
to talk to her about God, right?
Yeah.
And she would ask me questions. All right, and one day she asks me, Can we go visit his house?" Right? I'm like, "Well, he doesn't. Well, he does have a house." You know, sorry. In my head, I'm trying to figure how do I answer that. All right, church. I guess it's time to go to church. You know, and that's how it all
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
Won't he do it? And I'm telling you, man, you'll be so when he gonna bless y'all regardless. But being that you there, things should seem easier.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, I'm
Absolutely.
so proud. No, that is sad. I feel like I'm gonna cry.
don't do that. You don't want to see that.
Diego said, don't do that. I'm so proud of you. Amen. Diego, you going too?
I have not been going to church consistently, but I have been trying to get closer to God. I've always had a lot of faith in God and a
Amen.
higher power since I was a kid, just being raised like that. But I think as we get older, you know, life just
Yeah.
naturally throw more challenges and adversity towards you, and just having something to believe in that's more than yourself, right? I've always had a lot of belief in myself and power in my mind, but at the end of the day, we just can't take on this world by ourselves. And there clearly is a God out there, and He's protecting us and blessing us. And I don't know. My mom is saying it, but there's definitely, I feel like somebody watching over us, right? Like highly favored. I really believe that, like
Everyone.
blessed and highly favored, and there's someone watching over us and our family. And it's just, I look at all my blessings, health blessings, my family's health, and the little things like housing, food, shelter, clothes. We have all of that and more, and we definitely didn't do that on our own.
You better say
To
it.
wake up every day and just fight the battle of life.
You better say it, boy.
We ain't doing it on our own. So
Amen.
it's all thanks to the man upstairs, 100%. So
And
Amen.
he has been diving a little bit into the scriptures and reading the Bible here and there because he's been sharing a lot of scriptures from the Bible to us. And
yeah. Not to embarrass myself so much, but as old as I've been, I never really got into the Bible like that until I got older, and just really surprised of how long the truth has been around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's so much truth in the word, and that's been around for so long, and it's still so applicable.
Everything still applies.
Yeah, and it just lets you know that it's special. So
Amen. Yo, I'm so proud of y'all growth, man. Y'all are real men. That's a blessing. I'm so thankful. I'm glad of everything y'all doing. Y'all teaching these kids life. Y'all teaching them the word. Like it's a blessing. I thank y'all, man. I thank y'all. That's so good.
we grateful for you. You were a huge impact and still are in our lives. And that
Amen.
moment we all had together in the gym, like that's just a moment that will never ever leave our hearts.
For sure.
And it's a blueprint on who we are. It truly is, for sure. Like those gym nights just grinding, you know what I mean? All,
Yeah.
all with the same goal in mind is it's a
Amen.
special. You were leading the way the whole time. You were already there. You're a world champion and you broke through. You're one of the first women. For people watching this probably know, but if you don't know, one of the first women to break through and fight on national television, on championship, world championship cards. And that's special, right? Like you see women's boxing now, it's at a much higher level thanks to you. Like you are one of those
Paved the way.
founding, I want to say founding fathers, but I can't say that, right? It's like you're one of the founding boxers and greats to really lay the blueprint.
Founding ladies, right? And you weren't one of them. You actually were the first, again, not to I'm gonna give you your flowers. So you're the first woman, right, in Showtime boxing that is headlining the main event, right? That's history that no one could ever take from you.
Amen.
And you definitely led the way. Yeah, you in the books for life.
Man, y'all gonna make me cry. Get off my show.
Yeah. Hey, and you went 10 rounds with Clarissa Shields, and look what happened. Look what she did.
A real good fight too.
Yeah.
You
did.
That was a close fight. She couldn't figure you out. She was just busy, but that's another day, another conversation.
Yeah, we'll bring that up next.
And she lucky she ain't catch you in your prime too.
What? Or at 154? What? You better say it. Man, I love y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed one.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I will see y'all later. Y'all be blessed. Have a blessed week. Tell the wives and the kids I say, hey.
We got you, T. Appreciate you.
Y'all gotta say it just like that, though.
I ain't gonna say it like that, T.
Hey, we love you, T. Appreciate you having us.
Love y'all. God bless. See ya. Okay, guys, y'all heard it. Man, I'm so thankful for those two. It's a blessing to have grown up with they much younger than me, but for us to all grow together and to become the men they have, just watching them is amazing. And I mean, from where they were to where they are now is such a blessing. And I mean, I just pray blessings over them and their families. Y'all heard it? You learned anything? Let me know. And oh man, I got to get their info. So what I'm going to do is I'll get their info and I'll get it put on here some kind of way. I'll call or text one of them and tell them to put it on so you can have their information. And reach out to them. If you have any realty questions before you go buying a house and people telling you what they want you to know, ask them. They'll let you know. And if you buying a house in the areas where they said here, West Virginia or Maryland, reach out to them. Let them help you because they are 100. Like I stand on them. They are 100 guys and they keep it real and they'll let you know what you need, what you don't need, and they won't take from you. Okay? Y'all have a blessed one. Have a blessed week on purpose and know that you are loved. Okay? Mwah. Love you guys. Sho'Nuff out.